Good morning, this is Deborah Matthews with my thoughts for today. This hot weather reminds us that the holiday season is upon us, for those of us without young children in particular. But with the sunshine comes the crowds and the traffic jams. Living in Verwood is a real pleasure. I have lived here now for 6 years as Vicar of St Michael's and All Saints, and I've really enjoyed the life and the getting to know people who have lived here for so many years. However, I have discovered the drawbacks of living here in terms of travelling in and out of the area. As you will all know, in the summer, when the sun comes out, the A31 is not a real pleasure. It just takes so long to get anywhere. Having family in the Southampton area means that we need to take that route, although occasionally we drive through the forest. And this was the way we chose to come home last week, through the forest. And I had a meeting to rush back to in Verwood. But unfortunately, the forest road was also full of traffic, and actually at a standstill at many points along the way. And it was all rather stressful. Luckily, my phone had a bit of service and I could warn people that I was going to be late. There was nothing we could do once our route had been chosen. We had to sit in the queue and wait, and perhaps discuss whose idea it was to come that way. We could wish we had taken the other route, or, as some people did, we could have turned around and gone back to the A31. But as time was ticking on, that would probably have been even busier. By now, even our modern technology was failing. So we weren't able to find out just how big the queue was on the A31 in comparison to our stationary position at the time. But there are so many occasions in life when we have choices to make, and which route to take home does not really stand out as one of the most important ones. And on this occasion, it gave me a moment to sit and reflect, and actually to enjoy the forest. When we moved further along, we discovered that the hold-ups were actually caused not by an excess of cars, but by several families of New Forest ponies who couldn't make up their minds which side of the road they wanted to be on, so they were waiting in the middle of the road until they could decide. Well, I don't think that patience has ever been one of my virtues, and certainly as I get older, I seem to have less of it. But when we saw what had brought the traffic to a standstill, we were both smiling and feeling much more able to relax. When I was thinking about choices, I was reminded of a beautiful poem written by Robert Frost called The Road Not Taken. And this poem describes someone on a walk in the woods. Examining both paths, he made his decision about which one to take, but wondering what difference it would have made to his life if he had taken the other path. I kept the other path for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. 2 paths diverged in the woods, and I took the one less travelled, and that has made all the difference. Like journeying back from Romsey and trekking in the forest, we always have choices to make in life, sometimes ones which have greater significance, but at the time it's hard to tell exactly what difference our choices will make on our lives. Sometimes they are memorable, and sometimes we never give them another thought. Quite a long time ago now, I made the choice as an adult to follow Jesus and to serve him in the church. And then 10 years or so after that, I was ordained, and I have moved around from Winchester Diocese to Southwark Diocese and now to Salisbury Diocese. And there have been moments during this time when I have wondered what direction my life would have gone in if I had chosen another path. Because there are many ways in which we can serve God. But I give thanks for the choice I made over 30 years ago now, and for the people and the places I have been called to over the last years. Always keeping in mind Jesus' words to his disciples, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you know me, you will know my Father also. From now on, you do know him. And I continue to pray for the guidance to continue on my journey and the patience I need to cope upon the way. And after being stuck in the animal traffic in the forest, I was only 15 minutes late for the meeting. Have a good week and God bless you.